my name is Harriet Quaye. I'm your host for this webinar. We have Mr. Joseph Quaye, and he is the lead for cybersecurity at the E-Crime Bureau. With a virtual clap, let's welcome Mr. Joseph Quaye.
Okay, good afternoon. Madam Harriet, thank you for the introduction. Please, can you hear me, and am I audible?
Yes, you are very much audible.
All right, so I would do a very quick video show like this so that you can see who is behind the voice, right? By way of all of us knowing each other. Now, this is a very short webinar session. So what that means is typically I would have asked us to introduce ourselves. We will not do that. What we'll do is that we'll know ourselves as we are doing, as we are delivering, right? And on that basis, I want to use the opportunity to share my screen, right? And I would ask you to confirm if you do see my screen. Confirm, and if you have any challenges, let me know. Give me a few seconds. All right, so this is just a quick test. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. All right, so the screen is about to go off because we will start off with a little exercise. In this exercise, so take your pens and papers. We are going to do something. Because of the subject, Joseph, your hand is up. Do you have a question?
Please go on, Joe. Go ahead. It's okay.
Okay, it's fine. All right, so what I was saying was that before we start, in the interest in the subject matter we are about to discuss, I have a little exercise for us. It's a very simple exercise. Take a pen and a paper, and then we do this exercise together. If you finish, you can actually give me your feedback via the chat room. All of it is acceptable, right? Let me give you the guidelines of the exercise. I am going to share certain images with you. And on these images, I'll be cycling them one by one. On these images, your job is simple. Your job is to let me know whether you think the image is authentic or you think that the image may have been tampered with. And for that reason, it is unoriginal, either through some interference or something of that nature, right? So very simple exercise. Let's run through the images. So the slides will go down for a few seconds, I think a minute or two, then we go through the images, right? Let's do that. Image number one. This is image number one. So it's very simple. You have your whether you're using a notepad or whether you are typing virtually. This is image number one. Let me know if this image is authentic, legitimate. It's actually of people that we know or we may know, or it's of a location, or you think it is unoriginal, right? There may be some some tampering here or there. This is the image, right? This is the image. All right. So I'm about to move on to image number two. I'm about to move on to image number two. I'm about to move on to image number two. All right, I see your answer. So please, I will not, since I'm moving through multiple images, if you do not state, right? If you do not state the image you are referring to, if I move on to the next image, I will not know what you are talking about, right? So image number two, you have to state the image. So image one, not original, just like Peter Mensah said, Peter Mensah has done, right? Okay, so we are going to move on to image number two, right? Let's prepare for that. This is image number two. This is image number two, right? This is image number two. You can state the image number and then we proceed. State the image number and then we proceed. Image number in your comments and then we proceed, right? You are going through a total of 5 images, right? You're going through a total of 5 images. So this is image number two. We were on image number one. We are going to image number two, right? Some of you are just skeptical people. I'm sure that if you got a chance, you say nothing is original here. It's fine, right? No problem. State what you think, right? We'll come back to this, right? Now we are moving to image number 3. Get ready. We are moving to image number 3. All right. image number 3. This is image number 3. This is image number 3. Image number 3, make your comment. Let's move. We have 2 more to go, right? So that's image number 3. Make your comments. Let's go. Image number 3, let's move. Image number 3, let's move. Image number 3, let's move. We are moving to image number 4. We are moving to image number 4. Okay, we are moving to image number 4. So image number 3, I have your answers. Thank you very much. We are going to image number 4. This is image number 4. This is image number 4. Okay, this is image number 4. I was about to comment on image number 4. I caught myself before I slipped. So that's image number 4, image number 4, image number 4. We're about to proceed to the final image and then we are done, right? We're about to proceed to the final image and then we are done. So that's image number 4. And that is done. And now we shall proceed to the 5th image. And that will be the end of our images. We proceed to the 5th image, and that will be the end of our images. Jemima Odote says she's having terrible feedback. This feedback, Madam Jemima, if you can let us know, Madam Jemima, what is the issue? Is it from just your side? Are other people having issues? Okay, so it's very good that we verify if others are having a similar issue. Okay, Madam Jemima, is anyone having difficulty listening? I mean, hearing in on what I'm saying or seeing what we are seeing, like what you are showing?
It is likely to be from her end.
Yeah, okay. I was also suspecting similar. I was suspecting similar. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've run through 5 images. You've run through 5 images. Sharon has, made it quite, interesting, has listed all her images and what her answers were. She says image 2, 3 original, 4 edited, 5 original. So, a few things. And on that, we come to the end of this exercise, right? This is the basis for which we start today's session. And so I will take the time now to go through all the images. I won't go through all the images. I'll just give you the commentary on them. Images 1, 2, images 3, and images 4 are all artificial intelligence generated. None of those images in these images was or is a platform called Midjourney. This is a platform that was used to generate the images, and I'm showing you on my screen, right? So this is Midjourney. With Midjourney, what one can do is to basically generate specific prompts describing things that they want to see, and the platform generates images that look like that prompt. 1 to 4 were all generated with Midjourney. So all the human elements you saw in there, the actions they were doing, and everything that you saw, of which you chose your answers, original, not original, not original, all of it are unoriginal. These are artificial intelligence images generated. The people do not exist, and it is composed of different data that has been built over time to generate these images. I'm very happy we did this because I think it lets us understand the import of the subject matter we are talking about. As we are talking about misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation, right? And it doesn't get any more practical than this. So as a way of preparing our minds going into this session, this is what I wanted us to think around. And hopefully, at the end of this session, we'll look at some of the platforms and some of the things that are there that can let us avoid some of these issues and some of these intentional ways in which information can be represented. Now, you realize that everything I'm talking about, I have focused on the images 1 to 4, right? I've not touched on the fifth image. And what is the fifth image? Well, the fifth image was the image of, what appeared to be the president of the republic within some galamsey or some mining area, right? So I'm going to go back to that image again so that we pick a few lessons from there. Let me go ahead and share my screen as I go back for that image. So this is the image I saw, and it passed the originality test for most of us. So let's see something. If I flip backwards, you get to see the original image. This is the original image, which has been an element of the human beings inside has been taken out and has been superimposed into another setting. So you wake up in the morning, you see a news article, and the article says the president has approved that small-scale miners and galamseyers can operate in full scale till next year. And there's this image attached, and before you realized, and before you start thinking about it, this is being shared. People are commenting, people are making all kinds of posts. It's viral, it is spreading. This is what I want us to appreciate as internal auditors going into a session like this. I want you to appreciate the fact that we are within certain times and periods in the history of this world where the concept of what you see is not always now what you see is they say seeing is believing. That has changed. And this does not apply to just images. It applies to videos. It applies to content. It applies to auditors are going to work with information. It applies to financial data. It applies to, and then you have IT audits. So it will apply to the systems, the logs, all these things you have come to trust. What I'm telling you right now is I want you to disabuse your mind that seeing is believing, heading into a session like this and heading into the future. And the point of this is to discuss ways and means in which we can improve and define certain resources that will help us combat what it is we are dealing with. So I'm going to end here and officially start today's session. This was a teaser into what we're about to do, and hopefully we can discuss this matter in brief, at length, and then see ways and means in which we can prevent and deal with the concept of misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation, right? Let me project my screen and then let's proceed. All right, so I would ask you if you can see my screen. Is it showing yet? Is my screen showing yet? If it's not, just give me a heads up.
Not.
It's not yet, right? Okay, let's do this again.
We can see now.
Are you seeing a presentation that says misinformation, disinformation,
Yeah.
and the title? Okay, all right. So if you are seeing that, then we are all on the same page. So the concept here is we are going to look at misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation in the digital space. And the target audience is obviously the Institute of Internal Auditors, and then most of us who are stakeholders within this field, right? Members and stakeholders and the public alike.